All right, welcome everybody. We're going to be doing a recording on-air sign for our good buddy Leprechaun. So he's ordered an on-air, a dual-sided on-air recording sign for his home studio, and we're going to build it using 6mm or 1/4 inch MDF, and we're going to actually do a dual layer on both sides. So the piece that will hold the letters is a single piece. On one side it's going to have the letters on air, on the other side it's going to have the letters for recording, and it's going to be black with white letters on one side and red with white letters on the opposite side. So again, we're going to move over to the design software here, and you can see that I've got the sign pre-built, and what I did was I went ahead and put a concave curve right here on the corners to give it a little bit more of a sign appearance. He wants to be able to hang this from a twine with a suction cup at the top, so I went ahead and put the holes on the ends so that he can add the twine to it, or the cord, whatever he wants to, a chain if he wants to do that. So what I've got set up here is I'm going to only make a single cut here. This one is going to be the cut piece. This one down here is not going to be cut out. I'm only doing this one for purposes of being able to review the item. What I will be doing though is over here on the right, you can see I've got a line mode set for the black text, and I've got that set up to score. So what I want to do is I'm going to score these letters on this MDF so that I, after painting, can still see the placement location of these letters that I'm going to cut right here, because I'm going to cut these out. This box around it is for me to have a template, so that when I go to glue these letters back on, these letters will actually still be set up in a way so when I put them back in the template block here, they'll all be lined up across the bottom. Now, one thing that I didn't do yet was put the 3M on the back side of my MDF. We'll do that here in a second, but I'm going to take these things off of the workspace board so that I'm not cutting them initially. And I'm going to go ahead and cut this piece of wood here. Let's go ahead and bring in the camera shot of the laser bed. There we go. So our MDF is already on the laser. I'm going to cut this piece of wood, and I'm going to score the top side of it first. And then I'm going to flip it over, and then I'm going to bring this recording word up, and I'm going to score the back side so that I have the MDF sign piece itself ready to go. And then we'll move over to putting the 3M on the back of the two words. It's a 3M double stick tape is what it is, a very powerful tape. And instead of using glue for something like this, which you can use, it's easier if we do the double stick tape. It sticks better, it stays longer, in my opinion, especially on MDF or painted MDF, which is what this is going to be. So I'm going to go ahead and send this over to the laser. It's going to do the black first and then the blue, which is fine with us. This blue is going to cut at 5mm per second at 60% power, but the scoring is going to be at 350mm per second at 35% power, because quite honestly, it's not going to cut, so it can move a lot faster. All I needed to do is just draw a simple, the letters simply on this MDF, just so I can use it as placement in the future. Okay, so let's bring the file into the laser, and this is going to be a cut only. So we'll frame it out first, make sure that everything we want is going to actually land on the wood. Even though the image shows us that that's what's going to happen, I always try to frame it out just to make sure. And we've got a large enough piece of wood in here today, or MDF rather, that everything would probably land just fine. So with that said, let's go ahead and get it done. I do have a direct focus at about 5mm today, because I want it to cut all the way through the board. So the first thing it's going to do is score, and then it'll cut the board. Okay, so the cutting on the front side of the board is complete. So what we're going to do now is just take this small piece out and flip it over, and it should fit right back in the same spot. Now my alignment is still in place, right? So now all I need to do is send the words recording over to be scored, and I've selected just the words recording, and I'm not going to cut the sign again because I've already done that. And if everything's lined up already, all it's going to do is score out the word recording. So now I have my scored sign, and you can see that now I have a placement for my letters on both sides of the sign. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this piece of MDF that I have in there now because I don't need it any longer. I've set up another piece of MDF with the 3M tape on the back. So this 3M tape is stuck to the MDF, and then you'll peel this piece off when you get ready to do the letters. But I'm now going to set this in here, take another picture of the laser bed. So I'm going to get rid of these things here because quite honestly, I don't need them anymore. But what I do need is this for the on-air piece and this for the recording piece. Now both of these will cut on the MDF. They'll cut with the section that has the 3M on it, behind it, and it will basically, when I'm done, it will basically be a template, two templates for the words on air and recording, so that I can then use those to, I'll paint them of course, and then I'll use those to stick on the front and back of the recording side. So we'll go ahead and send those over to the laser and get those rolling. So we'll go ahead and lift this out of here, get this out of the way, grab my letters, and of course I only need the outsides. I don't need the inside of the R or the D, or the O and the D. So the way I've got this set up now is, here's your sign, there's my template, and it lines up perfectly. But what we're going to end up doing is, once I paint these letters, now the on-air sign, the on-air side of the sign, of course, is going to be a red background with white letters that are raised. So there you go, like that. And of course, the same thing for recording on the back side. At Romika Designs, we're more than just a laser engraving and specialty design company. Much more. I'm Ron Phillips, co-owner of Romika Designs, and if you can dream it, we can probably make it. We can custom laser cut and engrave on nearly all material. Great for one-of-a-kind gifts, home decor, business and specialty items, or personalized and logoed designs created just for you or your company. Allow us to become your go-to gift and specialty project partner. Romika Designs can help make your ideas a reality. We're ready to help you design and create that special gift for any occasion or engrave your personal or business logo on just about any product. View our designs at romikadesigns.com or simply email us with your ideas. We specialize in custom design and we'd be honored to have the opportunity to discuss it with you. Call us at 817-400-4040, email info@romikadesigns.com, or visit us on the web at romikadesigns.com.